Welcome to Vodhalla.
When Ofallzie has the read, they have the read, and it works out just beautifully, fantastic. But Guichabou is going to be a pretty big obstacle if Ofallzie is still, you know, eyeing grand finals, which how could you not?
Am I alive?
3, 2, 1.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I'm not dead. I was gonna be really sad if I could not be here for this game. But yeah, Guichabou versus Ofallzie. I mean, Guichabou, we saw him switch to Linpei, and it seemed like he found the parts to kind of get that win that he needed. Unfortunately, he was able to do so against Luna, but maybe against Ofallzie, it will give him just enough practice, just enough time in this tournament with him, but not until Ofallzie finds a well-placed and well-timed to give himself a very nice early lead, and Ofallzie might just be peaking. I mean, I had Guichabou kind of moving on to the grand finals, but Ofallzie is definitely not making it easy for him. He's definitely playing to win.
Losers Finals is a perfect example of what I like to call, or the reason that you don't want to be in Losers Bracket is proven so much more stronger in Losers Finals, because that is the best example of the two things I like to call the Vengeance versus Diamond story. You got people who have been in Losers Bracket for a long time, because what does it take to make a diamond? It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of heat, takes a lot of pressure. You got people who are fired up after being in such a difficult place for a long time, and so that adrenaline starts pumping and they are in the zone. But at the same time, you got people who just got knocked down. There, reminder, Guichabou just lost the first set in this tournament and is new to Losers Bracket and Galaxy Cup right now, and has that vengeance and also has that fire ignited by saying, nah, I'm gonna keep going. It's not gonna end like this. I got this vengeance. So you have people who have been riding this wave out and are here for the ride and are committed to this, and people who have this vengeance and are refusing to let it die like this. As unfortunately that first stock from Ofallzie has to die down to that second, but still not without a bit of a lead and extra credit if you as Guichabou, still just looking to pile up the damage, that very risky ground pound.
Just one thing that I want to mention is that Ofallzie got taken down to Losers Bracket in pools. Even before top 32, he was taken out, I think 0-2 by VODs in pools, just to make it this far up to third, having a lead against Guichabou and Pot. Okay, well,
Yeah, remember earlier when I said that, you know, hopefully we weren't gonna have any more of those like silly mistakes? They happen. It's just, you know, it just feels bad. But Guichabou's like, I don't care. I don't give two craps about what just happened. I'm going in with this one. I mean, he's very clean on the guitars. He's very, very well versed on it, and he's able to clean that up and kind of get that the game back to an even state. But Ofallzie doing a very good job of keeping up with his movement. And now Guichabou, however, looking to get the optimization, doesn't need to go for the stick. I guess he was expecting that he would maybe go for something there right afterwards, but he did not go for it, which is pretty good respect on Guichabou's part. But now it's looking like it might all be but done as he gets the down light, neutral air, and Guichabou, after falling behind in game one, makes a triumphant comeback with a little bit of luck to get that first game win.
how many times has Guichabou killed with D-Lightning on cannon? I see it like every stock.
That first stock was looking pretty fantabulous if you were rooting for Ofallzie, because that damage lead that they were able to build up, but Guichabou's survivability is able to come in clutch. It feels like almost something that he can't really do on control. It's really only when the adrenaline starts pumping. As you can see right now, Ofallzie is still getting these early leads, getting a huge combo, and just keeps expanding it, and it's starting to look like an early stock, but Guichabou was able to find their way back on stage, get the weapons, find some landing space that has to be cut short by a sidelight Sayer, charging a Sig in the GC, ends up hitting on a dodge, and Ofallzie was able to get the dare 30 seconds in, but Guichabou was able to come back from a deficiency just like this. So Ofallzie is just gonna have to keep putting on the pressure, and Guichabou is just gonna have to keep adjusting, adapting, and surviving. So it's so hard to tell how this is going to go.
Yeah, I think both these guys are kind of playing to each other's strengths and then playing to each other's weaknesses. But this is definitely one of the best games in this entire tournament thus far. But Guichabou is on those guitars, and we all know how Guichabou is on his guitars. And he's going to get a nice kill. Holds it just a little bit, just for that extra bit of ping. But he's going to get the kill down onto Ofallzie. I mean, honestly, does not have that much to go in terms of equalizing the damage. And I think one of the things that Guichabou is very good at. What the heck is that?
Don't.
That is it. Waited literally less than 10 seconds. Guichabou just turned that from a deficit into a massive W. And now he is in the driver's seat. What a beautiful optimization coming in for Guichabou. And that is why you do not let this guy play guitar.
Don't do this to me. What? Guichabou playing his cards just so fantastic right there, and is able to build himself a pretty good lead, but Ofallzie is starting to bring it back and try to turn this lead into an even game as some of this damage coming out. So Guichabou has a lot more responses going on, and although he's able to, you know, throw himself into the fray and get those attacks, and Ofallzie is also able to fall on that back foot and react. So they're just kind of taking turns making hits. It's hard to tell sometimes who's playing more aggressive than the other. Stage control is flopping back and forth. Combos and damage buildup is flipping back and forth. Aggression is flipping back and forth. This is quite literally a game of ping pong, as we're just going to see how long we're able to keep it all going, keep the ball bouncing, as Ofallzie quite literally has a ball in their hands to try to make this work. It ends up being Guichabou trying to build up the damage lead a little bit more, and that second stock taking full advantage of that second stock is able to get this game under his belt.
And that double dare right there, well, I say right there, but the double dare that happened from Guichabou is what I've wanted to see. Taking those risks, taking those optimizations. He was out of position. And rather than just letting him get back up and dealing with it later, Guichabou says, hell no, I'm dealing with this right here, right now. He finds his kill, takes his recovery, and basically takes any shot he had of recovering back to the stage away from him. And that X factor is what is going to push players like Guichabou forward. It's one thing to win a game, but to win a game in a fashion like that is incredible. And here he does it again. He's going for these optimal plays, going for what would make the most sense in an optimal situation. And that is really good from Guichabou. And you saw the fruits of his labor in the last game, turning a deficit into a massive lead and using that to post toward the win.
Guichabou never looks tired. Guichabou never looks worried. The second you try to throw his back against the wall, he starts to try to find a way around it. Like some of the risky offstage plays that we're seeing, some of the ways that blink and you miss it is just able to snag KOs. Guichabou is one of those people that just seems to always look comfortable no matter what situation you're trying to throw him. But also, just like we've been talking about a little bit earlier, Ofallzie is also a bit of a similar player and is able to step up to your level, and no matter how you try to control the game speed, if you try to slow it down, speed it up, he's able to just always stay right behind your heel and stay at that level with you, match you, and just play better at it. So the way that the aggression and the playstyles are just fighting back and forth is something that I would probably pay money to watch right now. And we're going to have to maybe watch Guichabou fall down to that second stock, depending on how Ofallzie is able to place these next few gauntlets attacks. But Guichabou is still able to rock on a little bit longer and expand this lead, as the orb side light into side air is going to put him in a pretty good spot to try to take this KO. Guichabou needs to try to find the landing space, and the dare to touch ground unfortunately has to get punished and bring him down to that second stock. So the relief that Ofallzie has to feel after that has to feel incredible. And we have another risky offstage play coming right here, going in favor of Guichabou.
Guichabou is definitely taking this game, and any momentum that Ofallzie had has been completely shut down after that last play. And it looks like Guichabou's in his head. He's finally being able to get that advantage. And this is the Guichabou that we wanted to see. And when we faced Luna on that Lin Fei, they're all saying, yep, this is what he needs to be doing. Looks like it's good for him. And it looks like Guichabou now is just completely shutting him down. There's not a lot of options for him to go. The reads, the damage, everything is falling in line for Guichabou. And it's almost looking like his coach line and savior nearly activate. Ofallzie trying his best to stick up, trying his best to keep up with Guichabou, but it's too fast. It's too much, and now Ofallzie is falling behind in damage. Guichabou looking to make this a one-and-done deal. Tries to... Ooh. Neutral light, and it seems like with every passing moment is another trick for Ofallzie.
No!
Just through the Hadoken, and he is able to get the uppercut. And what seems to be probably one of the most interesting 3-0s in this tournament. But Guichabou will secure his space in top 2 and will be going back to rematch Luna.